Okay, so after today, you will officially know how to do everything when it comes to coordinate planes. You can rotate, you can translate, you can reflect. And then, also on Friday, at the beginning of class Friday, you are having a quiz on 9-1, 9-2, 9-3. Okay? The reason we're quizzing on 9-1, 9-2, 9-3 before we start 9-4 is because 9-4 is 9-1, 9-2, 9-3 all in one. So real quick, if I go to your 9-4 notes, you have to do all of them. You have to translate it and reflect it. You have to translate, reflect. And then this one you have to rotate and then translate. So 9-4 is just putting it all together. Okay? So here's how we rotate. It basically boils down to this. You have to memorize what this chart means. But this chart, to me, makes me have a headache because there's words. And I like numbers and symbols. So I have rewritten this chart using no words, just letters and numbers and symbols to help you easily memorize it. Okay? So this is how we memorize it. Can y'all see? Mm-hmm. If we're going to rotate 90 degrees, this is what happens. Your original XY point, so this is the OG. This is the original XY point. It's now going to become, you're going to flip your points. So I'm actually going to write this in a different color so just in your head it's simplifying that it's the new. So this was the original, this is the new. You have to switch your X and your Y, but then you have to change the sign of your Y. So you switch them, and then you have to change the sign of your Y. For 90, if we're rotating 180, this is your original. Your new points, you don't have to flip the X and the Y. You just have to change the sign of both. So whatever the sign is, change it. And then if you're rotating 270 degrees, and this is your OG, your original, then your new point, you do have to rotate them, but instead of changing the sign of your Y, you're going to change the sign of your X. So there's actually a pattern to this. So 90 and 270, we switch the X and the Y. But on 90, we change this sign. On 270, we change this sign. On the 180, nothing switches, the letters don't switch, but the signs change. Why didn't I write what happens with 360? So smart. It's a pin mark. Mm-hmm. I sometimes, when I'm putting the lids on it, I miss.
Oh, it's that.
Okay. See, there's another one.
And it's
Okay. Hashtag teacher life. Okay. So this is what you have to memorize. If you memorize this, you have 9-3 down. It's a pattern. Switch, change the first one. Don't switch, change both. Switch, change this one. Every time you have to use 9-3 on your test, on a quiz, write that down at the top. I don't care where, but write it down on your paper, not on your desk.
got it.
Okay? All right, so here's how this works. Example 1. They're rotating around 270 degrees. So that means, using our shortcut, we switch the X and the Y, but we only change the sign of the X. So this was their original, so you see they changed the 4 and the 2, but then the 2 became positive because it was negative. They switched the 6 and the 3, but the 3 was positive, so it became negative. They switched the 2 and the 5. 5 was positive, it became negative. 0, 0, they switched them, and we changed the sign. Can you change the sign of 0? No. 0 is not positive nor negative. 0 is 0. It's what?
Neutral.
It's neutral. Like me when it comes to politics. Ha ha ha. Okay. To the movies? To the moon? Oh. We're just getting all off track up in here. Okay, so here's what I would do. F prime, G prime, H prime, I prime. If I were you, I would switch your letters first because we're rotating 90. That means that you have to start by switching and then change the sign of your Y. So I would go ahead and switch the numbers, then change the sign. So F becomes 7, 7. Well, it was positive, change it to a negative. G becomes 2, 9, but 2 was positive, so now it's a negative. H prime becomes 2, 3, but it was positive, so now it's a negative. I prime becomes 7, 5. It wasn't positive, now it's a negative. Okay, so I need you to go plot the original and the new image. Watch, though, because these boxes are counting by twos. They're counting by twos. So if you have an odd number, it's going to be in the middle of a box. Okay?
Oh man, I messed up already.
I tried to tell you.
Okay.
Should look like this.
These boxes are mine.
Before you come back to class tomorrow, I need you to have at least attempted and completed 1, 2, 3, 4. So the rest of this page. 1 through 4. Okay? So that was 90. Do y'all want me to set one more up with you? Or you got it? You got it. Who am I kidding? Okay, keep working. You still got 4 minutes.